My baby calls me Mr. Baloney, but I like to believe my baby's only bluffing. My baby calls me Mr. Baloney, but I like to believe my baby's only bluffing. Yeah.
I've been having some fun recently. Mostly fun. And some frustration. I've been making music with a DAW. But the making of music has been very rewarding. Been provided with the opportunity due to current circumstances to do stuff with music which in a way that I haven't done for many years actually. And something occurred to me and I wonder what you think. In thinking how to make this music in isolation, there's only me. I can get by on a few instruments. So, let's get on. How am I going to get on? What's important in music for me is the flow of it. I would like to liken it to a river. If you look from above, you'll see the river starts, goes there, maybe does that, maybe does that, maybe does that. So for me, that's verse, chorus, intro, all those things. There's the flow, there's the shape of the river. And of course I work out chords that I want that are nice, and there they are in that river. I'd like you now to look at the river from the side. So the shape's not so obvious, but from the side we've got maybe a smooth section, then there's some rapids, then there's a bit where it flows a bit faster, and then maybe not so fast, and then more rapids, whatever. So that's from the side, that's the, beg your pardon, the life within it. We have the shape and we have the life, and those two for me are the flow of the music. What am I going to do? I've got that sorted, the shape. I've got to start doing something. I thought about it. And in this instance, I put a drum machine down that matched the shape of the river. So many bars, intro, da, 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 da. So there we are, I've got my shape. Unfortunately, already my shape is robotic. It doesn't speed up and doesn't slow down, as music played by humans does. And everything was on some sort of a grid which wasn't very satisfying to me. In future, I'm going to do it by hand, and I might even do it without a click track and see how I get on, because what does it matter to me if it speeds up and slows down a bit when I'm going to play everything and have someone play drums later, send it to them. That's the idea for later. But for now, okay, I've got my shape. I put keys with split bass down because I've got to have something. I've got to build it up somehow. I'm trying to build it up in streams, if you will, within the river. So I put that down, and then I put a guide vocal, because the vocal is important in terms of the inner energy, where it gets louder, where it rises, maybe where it speeds up a bit. Not deliberately, but there might be a bit of, as bands do, I don't mind that. Not too much. And then keys with split bass, vocals. I'd then probably come to doing the bass. So I put the bass down. My playing isn't up to scratch, so I might have to have several goes. I don't need technical stuff, but I need a good groove, and I don't need wrong notes or fluffs. So I might have to have a few goes. Got my bass. Then I might go and replace the keys. So you see, building it up that way, then put the guitars on till I'm happy. If it develops, like the last one, I did feel, you know what? I want to go through and do it all again, because it's something different now, because I couldn't hear it before. You have to get so far and then you start to hear and you think, Anyway, but that's the truth of it. Laying down streams then, playing through from the beginning to the end so everything has a consistent energy, feel and flow to it. Dropping in, I'm okay with that because the flow is there, and then I set the thing to drop in and drop out and I play along with it, and hopefully I've got the same flow. I'd rather do it in one, but I've got some of the integrity of that stream within the river. Cutting and pasting seems to be done a lot. But if I take this bit of the river, say is a bit that's fairly level and got straight sides, and that bit is repeated further along the river. In a natural river, it would never be the same. In actual played music, it's never exactly the same. So why would I cut that chorus section, any bits of it, and shove them in a later chorus section? Why? Doesn't make sense at all to me. I've thought of a reason though. Looping. It's fine, I've done it myself, done it with some people, but the looping to me is like a whirlpool, but not quite, because you've just got these chords going round. But with the looping, they're exactly the same. Everything about them exactly the same. Even in a whirlpool, or a whirlpooling, as Alan Watts would call it, is not exactly the same. So I begin to think, why are we removing this subtle and beautiful energy from music and turning it into some robotic thing? Not for me. Well, I might change my mind. I can tell you what I think one reason why it might be financial. Because you get that bit right, you get that bit right. It's probably quick and easy to compile it, screw it together, and there it is, this sort of impoverished representation of what you had in your mind, or what the human element of making music can be. Why not play the thing again rather than cutting it and pasting it? I'd say, don't you like music? Don't you like making music? I'm talking to myself as well. Don't you like playing music? Then play it again and get it right. Play it again and again until you get it right. Don't you like it? You don't like music. You don't like playing it? Oh well, do that little bit and then bolt it together. I'm wondering. The flow from beginning to end, technical and financial considerations. Technical considerations to keep getting it wrong. So I've got that bit right, so let's pinch that, stick it there, correct it. Obviously financial considerations, because to get it right with a nice flow, you might have to do it several times. It's going to cost money, it's going to take longer, and if it's a commercial project, don't know. Something I noticed listening back to music that's been played by a human, beginning to end, is there's so much more to listen to. Because nothing is quite the same. You've got the rapids, you've got the slightly slower flow, you've got this, you've got that, everything going on in every instrument you listen to. It's not exactly the same as it was before. And to me, that's delicious. I can listen over and over again and hear different things, rather than there's a robot doing the same thing there. Well, I don't know what you think. My baby, she likes to sing. And I've broached this subject with her. And I'm not sure she had any idea what I was talking about. However, her finger didn't come up. She just stayed and listened. So I'm going to bring it up again. Maybe I'm in with a chance. What do you think?